my channel. We are back with a reaction, super exciting video today. BOYNEXTDOOR has officially made a comeback with their first full album. Now, I just got done watching the title track MV Viral, and if you have not seen it yet, that video is already out. I can link it up here for you. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was not what I was expecting, but still a great listen. And it makes me super excited to see what the rest of the album has in store for us. Now, when I posted the posting schedule for the week, a few of y'all said that this album was insanely good. So my expectations are now high going into this because I was told it was a great album, which I have no doubt that we're going to get some bangers on here. If you have not been following my channel, if you're new here, hi, welcome. I recently got into BOYNEXTDOOR. I checked out the Hollywood Action comeback, and then I did a deep dive into BOYNEXTDOOR with the help of all of my subscribers, and I really enjoy them. I think they're just so much fun, so refreshing, and I'm super excited to see what this comeback has in store because it is my first comeback. Knowing all the names, knowing a little bit of the details on BOYNEXTDOOR, so that is always super fun. So how this is going to work, I'm going to listen to each song with the exception of the title track and the pre-release. For both of those, I will yap a little bit about my thoughts on them and then move right along to the next song because we have 6 new songs that I have not heard any of yet. I will have the English translations pulled up in front of me. They're over here, so if you see me looking over there, that is what I'm looking at. I try my best to read them as much as I can. I do get distracted. Now, I know they released like an album spoiler thing. I did not watch it, I did not hear it, so I don't know what any of these tracks are going to sound like. I'm going in completely blind. The only reference I have for this comeback is the pre-release and the title track. But regardless, it'll be super fun. So before we get started, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications. Not waste any more time and get right on into the video. Okay, so our first track up is 06070. I don't know the significance of these numbers. If there is a significance and I don't figure it out, just let me know in the comment section below. I have the English translations pulled up here. I'm so excited. Let's kick things off. 06070 starting now. Okay. Jesus Christ. Ooh. Not the start I thought we were getting. Ooh. I like this a lot. Whoa. I like it more than I thought I was going to. Ooh, I love a good delay beat coming in. Ooh. Ooh. These melodies are so fun. Wow, this is such an interesting start to the album. Oh my god. Oh my god, the piano. Wow. Whoa, this is not what I thought this first song was gonna sound like. I love the very quiet, like, ding, 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 to end out the song. Wow, okay. Most definitely not the start I thought we were getting. I actually really loved that. That's not really a sound I tend to gravitate towards a lot, but I can see myself listening to this a lot when I'm editing like thumbnails and stuff, because it's just so nice on the ears. And these lyrics are so beautifully written. Like, oh my god, what did I break that day? What was it, the bowl I was serving, or was it a dream? Countless opportunities that passed with their backs to me. If I had just caught one, where would I be? This song is just so not the note, even in like vibe and emotion, I thought we were gonna start out on. I mean, the album is called Home. I don't think I ever mentioned that. The album's called Home. I feel like there's probably some references in here that I'm not quite understanding, because I still don't know much of the like lore around Boy Next Door and everything. But I really enjoyed this. I think all of their voices sound really good on it. I think each of their voices bring out different aspects of the song, which makes it really interesting to listen to. These melody lines are super fun and interesting and switch up a lot, which keeps things really interesting to listen to, so I love that. Overall, not the vibe I thought we were starting out with, but when I look at what's coming, this does feel like a good start to the album, transitioning into what the title track is. I see the lines, I see the through lines, I see the thought processes. I promise I'm not illiterate. A little more of a somber start to the album than anticipated, but not a bad start to the album, that's for sure. Okay, we are going to speed run these next two because it is the title track and the pre-release. So starting with the title track, Viral. I usually talk about my long-term feelings in this portion, but I had to film the album wasn't on the same day that the music video came out, which I don't usually do, but I had to because of my personal schedule. Liked it on first listen, liked it even more on second listen. I anticipate liking it more and more and more the more I listen to it. Not the vibe, sound, anything I thought we were getting, but I don't know why I think we are getting certain sounds when I don't check out any of the teasers or spoilers. That's on me. Regardless, they look good, they sound good, the choreography looks like it's going to be super fun, so I'm super excited to check that out. I will talk more long-term feelings on that song in the choreography reaction. Moving right along, another song we're going to speedrun, ddokddokddok, the pre-release. I am obsessed with the song. I still listen to it a lot to this day. It was really fun to see a different side of them that I have never seen before, because this wasn't a sound that I heard in any of the music videos, title track, or B-sides that I reacted to during my deep dive series. So that was crazy, really threw me for a loop on first listen, but I love that song so much, and the choreography is so incredibly good. Love that song. I've already talked a lot about how much I like that song, so I'm not gonna blab too much now. Great song, love. On to the next one. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next song. This is our second new song, ADIOS. Now, I'm on a different website for the English translated lyrics, because this is the downside of listening to the album so soon after it releases, is like Genius Lyrics, which is my usual go-to for English translations, only has like 1 or 2 songs translated at this point. So we're on a different website. Hopefully it's mostly accurate, that's all that matters. Yeah, I'm super excited to see what this is gonna be like. We are transitioning out of ddokddokddok. This is in all caps with an exclamation point. So I think we are in for a ride with this one. That's my guess. So let's not waste any time. ADIOS starting now. Okay. Fun, upbeat. This sounds like the Boy Next Door I recognize. Ooh. Oh, okay. I like this. This is very Boy Next Door in its sound, for sure. I love that we switched from like this like smoother kind of rocking sound to like a ah. The lyrics are sad though. Am I misinterpreting this? Ooh. I love when the melody line carries over and the instrumental drops out right at the end. So good. Definitely more on the upbeat side, which I really love. I tend to gravitate a lot towards really upbeat songs for the songs I listen to a lot. Usually those softer sentimental songs are the ones that tend to be like the ones that stick with me. And when I think of like some of my favorite songs from groups, they tend to not be the ones I listen to the most. That's kind of how my alley is with my music taste. I really enjoyed this. It's really interesting because this song is very bittersweet because it's talking about like lingering regrets and how like your youth is painful, but you're also talking about how you move on, it leaves. There's a bittersweet kind of air to it. I think I'm not going to speak on it yet because we are only 4 songs in and only 2 new songs, but I think I have an idea of what this album is supposed to be about, like the overall thematic statement of the album. So the fact that I have an idea of what that is this early on into the album is a really good thing, so I'm interested to see how it carries forward. Yeah, I really liked that. I like how you get like the more higher energy rocky moments, and then you also can like tone it down to a little bit more of that like swaying kind of moments. So I definitely really enjoyed that. It made the song feel very upbeat and high energy without feeling exhausting. That's gonna be bookmarked in my head. I really enjoyed that one. And I think that's one that's gonna be like the title track, where the more I listen to it, the more I like it. We're putting a pin in this one, that's for sure. Okay, so we're going to move right along into the next new song, Upside Down. No idea what this is gonna sound like, but let's just hit play. We'll find out together. Upside Down starting now. Oh, I'm gonna love this one. Why do I like this? Okay. This song is just goofy and fun already. I love that. I love that. I normally wouldn't like that, I think, but for some reason it works in this. Okay, normally I feel like I would not like that song, but I think this song is just so deep into the gag of it all that it works really well. Very campy. I think if the rest of the song was more serious and then we got into the ticky-tack part, then I'd be like, okay, what the hell? Which I still was like that, but given the whole context of the song, it fits really well into it. It's fun, it has little moments where the instrumental kind of builds and gets a little like theatrical sounding, which I love. I love a good like old Hollywood theatrical Broadway kind of sounding track. Like that's part of the reason why I loved Hollywood Action so much. Hollywood Action, Home Run by 17, those are two big examples of that. I love those types of songs and there's elements of that in here. It's so good. It's goofy, but it's so committed to the bit that it's awesome. This build up right into the ticky-tacky part where it like is slow and then all of a sudden it goes like, and they're like, I love that because it goes from like very like slow swanky to like, oh, okay. I think that's so fun. You know, in a world where a lot of stuff's going down, we need stuff like this. So I love this. I don't know how often I would listen to it, but when I'm in the mood for just wanting something fun, not serious, this is definitely a go-to. But we'll see when we get to my music recaps how that turns out. But that was so much fun. Okay, moving right along to our next new song, Dive. I don't know where we go from here. I feel like we've gotten so many different songs on this album that I don't know what this one's gonna sound like. So we'll find out together. Dive starting now. There it goes. Oh, another funky sound. This album is still very Boy Next Door, 100%. I love the muffling, and that's coming like all the way from the back of the mix. It's so nice. Ooh! I really like this. So good. The little riffs in some of these lines are so good. Oh! I love what this instrumental is doing in this section. Wow, okay, again, not what I thought that song was gonna sound like. None of these songs have sounded like what I thought they were going to sound like. But I love that. Wow, that was swanky. It was just so laid back, but still very interesting. I love all of the interesting vocal moments we get on the song. I feel like they got a little more space to kind of play in like the riffs and the different timbres they were using in their voices. So I love that. I always love when groups take the time to play around with what they can do vocally, because I just think it makes it so much interesting. It makes it so much more interesting that way, because it's kind of like going from like painting with like a bunch of shades of like black, white, gray, brown, like neutrals, and then like throwing in like splashes of color places. It just makes it so much more interesting to listen to. And I love that we start certain lines off sounding muffled, like we're underwater. Makes a lot of sense. It also is like it's starting really far back in the like mix of vocals and instrumental and everything, and then it's like slowly moving forward to where you don't even kind of realize that that's what it's doing until all of a sudden it's like back to like a normal vocal, which is so interesting. I really enjoyed this. This I think is similar to the first track 06070 in terms of the instances I would listen to this a lot. So I like that. I like that we're getting a mix of chill songs and more upbeat songs. A lot of these lyrics are still very in the vein of Boy Next Door. Like the sound is a little more muted than like title tracks are, at least. But then you have lyrics like, waves are crashing, dizzy and seasick. I want to be the next step after an acquaintance. I want to meet your friends. Stop just throwing out the baits. Pull me out of the water now. So it's like very literal. It's talking about, instead of like counting sheep, they're like messing with your head so they can't sleep. So it's still in the actual meat of the song, and is still very Boy Next Door, even if the sound may change a little bit. So that's really nice. Wow, I feel like this album's going by so fast. We only have 2 more songs left. That's crazy. Okay, so we are at our penultimate song. I am really scared. Getting into the final songs of an album is when we start getting into the more heavy emotion songs, usually. I don't know if that'll be the case, but that usually doesn't happen, and usually I have a track record of not being able to handle those. So we're gonna see, especially with these titles of these last 2, I'm scared. But we have to listen to them anyways, so let's just get this over with. Forever You is our next song. Okay. I need a deep breath. I do have tissues on standby, and we shall see. Okay. Forever You starting now. Oh god. Oh god. Oh. This is bad. This is really bad. This is really bad. This is 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 bad. Oh god. These lyrics. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay. I need to pull it together. Oh boy. Oh no! Oh my god.
적어도 나만큼은 그대 편해. 아버지의 술 냄새 뭉개는 알지도 못한 채 나이가 들어버린 나도 이제 나조차 내가 싫은 날에도 당신은 사랑해줘요. 영원한 건 없다지만 많은 시간 지나고 아이가 어른이 되어 다시 어른이 되어가는 기억해줘. 할아버지 어때 요즘 잘 지내요? 거기서 지켜보고 있는 나 어때? 나만 먹어서 받은 사랑 꼭 돌려주기로 엄마 아빠 동생 그리고 할머니의 태도 가족 사진을 좀 찍어둘 걸 그랬어. 지칠 때면 이상한 그 숨이 그리워 여전히 그댈 기억할 때면 내 꿈이 네가 돼. 첫 번째 친구였던 그대에게 많은 시간 지새고 아이가 어른이 되고 다시 어른이가 되어도 널 사랑해줘요. 자꾸 말해 노래가 돼요. 이젠 날 위한 고백을 믿으려도 걸음만 흰무대가 돼요. 널 위한 춤을 추죠.
Oh my god. No. No one warned me. Why didn't anyone warn me? Oh, good lord. Oh boy. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. Genuinely, I think that might be the most I've ever cried during one of these videos. I'm not surprised entirely that we got a song like this on the album, given the title of the album and the kind of through line that's already been created, but I didn't expect it to hit that hard. This is written so beautifully. It's so bittersweet sounding, but you can tell there's so much like love and care built within each of these lyrics. It's the idea of like all those mundane things that you don't think anything of or that annoy you, and then you look back on those things and realize how impactful they were in a good way. What really got me was the verse that talked about the grandfather. Grandpa, how are you? Are you doing well lately? What do you think of me watching over me from up there? It's just songs like this, songs that talk about family and childhood, are songs that everyone can find a way to relate to in a way, even if it's not people who are biologically related to you. There's still ways you can connect to it, even through like friends or like mentors you had growing up. It's that same kind of idea that runs through. Wow, okay. I loved that. I don't think I can ever listen to that again, but I loved it. So, wow, I need to take a minute before we get to this last song, because, wow. Oh my god. Okay, so we're at our final song, I Wonder. Now, I'm out of tissues, so if this is a sad song, we might be really in for it. I just need to hear the song and then I can talk afterwards, because my brain is just really in a weird spot right now. I find it interesting, on here it says I Wonder always, on Apple Music it says I Wonder. I don't know. Regardless, we're gonna listen to it. Let's just get into it. Final song, I Wonder, starting now.
서두른 맘에 무기신 것조차 모르고 I love it baby 그렇게 시작된 첫사랑 나한테 난 이제 영원히 너만 너의 집을 또
like this. Okay, this is sad, but not. I think I'm getting fine. I really like this. Oh no. Oh boy. Wow. What a way to end the album. I loved that. I love the like upbeat but still like emotional songs so much, and this is exactly what that is. Like, I think back to like Weird Bulletproof the Eternal, Star Eyes, those kinds of songs that just really tug at the heartstrings, but not in like a super sad way. And the lyrics and the story this tells, like starting off at, why was it when I was at my most clumsy that I met you at your most perfect? My once careless heart now crosses your front doorstep. I look into the starlight, then I sigh in relief at that bright, innocent smile. Even in the loneliness of an empty dawn, I won't let a single handful of it slip away. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful song, and it is such a great way to end this album. Okay, I really liked that. I did end up switching lyric websites I was on partway through, if you saw me messing with things. That's what I was doing. I'm now, I think, in the right spot lyric-wise. But this is just... wow. I loved that. I really did love that. This is not what I thought I was in for today. Okay, thoughts on the album as a whole. I did just go speed run each of the songs a little bit so I could refresh on which each song was, because they start to blow together at a certain point. But now I'm refreshed. I think this album is very far off from what I was expecting it to sound like. Full transparency here, I have never listened to a full BOYNEXTDOOR album before. I did not get to do that as part of my deep dive series. So this is my first kind of dive in, so I don't know comparatively if this is how most of their albums work or not, but this leaned way more emotional than I thought it was going to. And I think that's because, correct me if I'm wrong, but the kind of narrative through line, the thematic statement idea of this album seems a lot about the idea of like growing up and all the different forms of like what home can mean for someone. It's not always a place, sometimes it's people, it's experiences, shared life moments that happen, and kind of the ebbs and flows of growing up, becoming an adult. That's what I at least gathered. If that's incorrect, fill me in, or if there's any deeper lore, fill me in. I would love to know all about that. It makes a lot of sense because of their branding as an entirety, as well as the branding of this comeback. There is a song for like everything on this album. There's a different situation that I could listen to each of these songs in. I also want to say, I wanted to mention this in the title track music video reaction, but I didn't, and honestly a good thing, because I'm gonna mention it a little bit more here. The shortest song on this album is 2 minutes and 35 seconds. There's only three songs on this album that are shorter than 3 minutes. I love that. I'm very much of the camp that, for the most part, songs need to go back to being longer. They've gotten way too short as of recently. But I also love the camp of it depends song to song. There are certain songs that weren't being shorter. ddokddokddok, for example, is the shortest song on this album. And I think if the song were any longer, it would be too much. There are certain songs I think that weren't being shorter. That being said, I love that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs over 3 minutes. We have one that's almost 4 minutes long, and that is like unheard of as of recent. So I love that they did that. I can very much appreciate that. Hey, so if you didn't see my little post, this section of this video decided to just glitch, and I only have the audio for it. So we're refilming. I did listen to the audio and write down notes I hit, so I make sure I'm still reiterating everything that I was talking about when I first listened to the album. If I look a little disheveled, I've been teaching at an audition intensive all week. And I just got back from it. So there's that. Authenticity. This album feels very authentic. It feels very grounded in reality. It doesn't feel like an older person trying to write from the perspective of a younger person. I know that there is involvement from the members in the production side of things. I don't know exactly how much and in what facets that is. So you guys will have to fill me in on that. I love that I could tell that they had a big hand in how everything is written, the stories that they want to communicate, the experiences they share. I love when you can tell that it's coming from the artists themselves. And that's not a read. That's not me being like, oh yeah, I can tell they wrote these lyrics. No, I can tell they wrote these lyrics because they feel very genuine. You know, I'm not that much older than the oldest members. I'm a year older. I feel like I could actually find a lot of relatability in the songs. They talk a lot about experiences that a lot of young people in general have, which is very refreshing to see. I love when people talk about that, so that's something I can really appreciate about this album as a whole. Now, I said in the original recording that I thought the album was going to grow on me. Me from the future, I can attest that that did end up being the case. I do listen to all of these songs on my own multiple times over since I did the album listen, with the exception of Forever You, because that's just, I can't emotionally handle that. What did I say next? Yes, I got to hear all of the tracks, not just the titles and the promotional B-sides. So I really loved that I got to see more of the roles that each of the members takes on in all of the other tracks. I got to hear more of their voices. I got to learn more about their talents and their skills and their vocal colors, and I loved that. Going back to, I talked about this briefly when I did the choreography for ddokddokddok, that there was a level of discourse of worry about them abandoning their concept, which very valid. I personally wasn't worried because even if the album did sound a little bit more in that lane, it's one release. We can't make any full-scale judgments off of one release because you still want artists to have room to grow and evolve and change and experiment and try new things, and they are growing up, so things inherently are going to be changing over the course of time. I also just don't think, as a group that has their concept so baked into everything they do, that they would just completely abandon it and like never return back to it. So I knew that everything was gonna get tied back together and it was all gonna be fine. and I think that's very apparent in this album. This album feels like the perfect mix of getting the chance to experiment and try things, but still feeling very Boy Next Door. There's definitely a few songs that I'm like, oh yeah, quintessential Boy Next Door sound. Even as someone who has not heard all of their songs, is still very new to them, I could still recognize it. And then the last thing I talked about in this destroyed clip was my favorite song from the album. My favorite song for the album was and still is I Wonder. You will always get me with those sentimental, like very concert encore style songs. I also have grown to love ADIOS more since listening to it, getting to hear it like through like a really big speaker in the car and headphones and all the different things. So that's kind of one that creeped out that I ended up liking more and more as I listened to. But I Wonder was and still is my favorite song off the album, at least in the current point in time. But overall, I do think this album is really good. This is a very solid album, especially to have as your first full-length album. I think they did an amazing job. So that's it for what I talked about in that clip. So we're going to cut back to me of the past from when I first listened to the album to finish out the rest of the video. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. I had a great time listening to all of these tracks. This comeback has been great so far, and I'm so excited to see what more comes out with it. If there is more that comes out with it, you can bet I will be filming reactions for it. If you want to go check out my other BOYNEXTDOOR reactions, they're in the BOYNEXTDOOR playlist. I can link up here for you. I also react to a bunch of other groups on this channel. If you want to go check any of those out, they each have their own playlist over in the playlist tab. I also have a playlist called Reactions to Come, which is full of everything that I'm confirmed to be reacting to that has been released. So if you just something in that post that you would want me to watch, feel free to drop it down in the comment section below or reply to my post and let me know. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your post notifications. Like I said, there is at the very least reaction to the choreography coming, and then I can pretty much guarantee there's going to be other things coming with this album that I will be checking out as well. So it's important to have those post notifications turned on. If you want to go follow me on any of those social medias, I'll put them If you want to go follow me on any of those social medias, I will put them both down here. They're also linked in the description of this video as well as on my channel page. If you want to go follow me over there, I would love to have you. Thank you so much for sitting through this whirlwind emotional roller coaster of a video. Thank you so much for watching my video and supporting my channel. I will see you guys in the next one. I did not think I was going to be crying like that. I'm really putting that on the internet.